In the bustling heart of Lagos, Femi Adeyemi, a man whose pride was as vast as his business ambitions, looked at his wife, Adaora, and saw only failure. After years of desperately trying for a child, he declared her barren. With a cold finality, he handed her divorce papers, his eyes already on a future with Sade, his glamorous mistress. "A real woman gives her husband an heir," he sneered, the words like daggers. He married Sade in a lavish ceremony, celebrating his new life while mocking the woman he left behind, utterly clueless that his greatest legacy was a secret he'd just thrown away. What Femi didn't know, what no one knew, was that a miracle was already unfolding. Just weeks after the ink dried on their divorce, Adaora discovered she wasn't just pregnant, she was carrying triplets. A wave of shock, then fierce determination, washed over her. She would not go back to the man who had shattered her spirit. These children were hers alone. She vowed to raise them in peace, far from the shadow of their father's cruelty. Her secret became her strength, a silent promise to the 3 tiny heartbeats within her. As if destiny itself were rewriting her story, more life-altering news arrived. Her estranged but incredibly wealthy father passed away, leaving her an inheritance that would change everything. 100 million Nigerian nairas and complete control of his sprawling company, Wellington Holdings Nigeria Ltd. In an instant, the woman Femi had discarded as worthless became one of the most powerful and influential figures in Lagos. The universe had not just answered her prayers, it had armed her for the battles to come. With newfound wealth and purpose, Adaora vanished. She shed her old life like a heavy cloak, reborn as Adanna Okonkwo. Moving to the political powerhouse of Abuja, she stepped into her father's shoes, taking the helm of his business empire. She was no longer the timid wife, but a formidable CEO, known for her sharp intelligence, quiet grace, and unyielding strength. In the high-stakes world of corporate Nigeria, no one connected the elegant and powerful Adanna Okonkwo to the heartbroken woman Femi Adeyemi had once cast aside. She built a new life, a fortress of success, with her 3 beautiful children as its heart. Years passed, and Adanna, believing she could find love again, married Chief Obinna Nwosu, a charismatic billionaire whose charm concealed a rotten core. History, it seemed, had a cruel way of repeating itself. At a glamorous high society gala, a woman stepped forward, a malicious glint in her eye. It was Sade, the very same woman who had destroyed her first marriage. With a dramatic flourish, Sade accidentally spilled a glass of red wine all over Adanna's pristine white gown. As whispers and snickers filled the hall, Adanna looked to her husband, Obinna, for support. Instead, he laughed, a loud, dismissive laugh that echoed Femi's long-ago cruelty. That public humiliation, the sting of red wine on white silk, was not an ending, it was an awakening. The laughter of her husband was the final crack in the facade. This was not just a betrayal, it was a declaration of war. Adanna was no longer the weeping woman she once was. She was a queen with a kingdom to protect. She began to dig, hiring a trusted lawyer and connecting with a loyal insider within Obinna's circle. What she unearthed was far worse than infidelity. Obinna wasn't just a cheat. He was a criminal, systematically forging her signature, embezzling funds, and using her company's assets to finance illegal deals that threatened to destroy everything she had built. But he had underestimated her. He saw a victim. He was about to face a survivor. The stage for her revenge was a packed boardroom, filled with powerful investors, board members, and the press, all gathered for a major announcement. Obinna stood at the podium, basking in the glow of his perceived success. Then, Adanna entered, calm, composed, and radiating an unshakable power. She didn't raise her voice. She simply presented the evidence. One by one, she laid out the forged documents, the illegal wire transfers, the irrefutable proof of his crimes, all projected onto a large screen for everyone to see. Gasps filled the room. The color drained from Obinna's face as his empire crumbled into dust right before his eyes. Utterly disgraced and financially ruined, he fell to his knees, begging her for forgiveness, for help, for a mercy she no longer had to give. Adanna looked down at the broken man, the architect of her second heartbreak, and felt nothing but the quiet satisfaction of justice. Without a single word, she turned and walked away from the chaos, leaving him to the consequences of his actions. She walked out into the sunshine, her head held high, returning home to her true legacy. Her 3 children, the beautiful, thriving proof that what her enemies had once called impossible was, in fact, her greatest triumph. She had not only survived, she had conquered. Thank you for watching this incredible story of resilience and rebirth. If you were as moved as we were, please hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more amazing stories. We'll see you in the next video.